guys, and welcome to For the Love of Rescue, sponsored by and powered by none other than Woodrock Animal Rescue.
Hi guys.
Very proudly said by all three of us.
Yes.
Stella Maldo, our amazing James the behaviourist, and of course I'm Jax Marthes, and so lovely to be with all of you today. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay guys, I hope that you're ready, because today it's a very, very touchy and sensitive topic, and we hoping and praying that all of you out there will listen, you'll respond, and you'll share. And our topic today is going to be returns. And Estelle, before we actually started the whole thing, and we were talking about, you know, we get in returns all the time at the moment. It is epidemic. It is just insane what's going on, and we'll go into more detail of it. So I was with Levi earlier, who has been in a home. He's only 3 years old. He's been at home for over a year. He sits, he takes a treat beautifully. He is fully house trained. He's amazing with animals, kids, people. He's just incredible. Returned. But then Stella brought up a very, very valid point as well, is what about the animals that get adopted from Woodrock Animal Rescue, and I'm sure a lot of other shelters out there, and within 2-3 days, bam, they returned. So I think there are two parts to this conversation. Stella, you know, what do you have to say? Which one do you want to start off with? Do you want to start off with they take the dog and within 3 days the dog's back?
Well, you know, when we do, and everybody knows this, and we're quite well known for this, our home inspections and our home inspectors and our home checkers are amazing. And we fill in the applications, and I'm going to talk a little slower, but I'm actually working myself up here. That's probably why I'm talking so fast. But when you take your dog home, we have given you all the tools that you need. We've done the home inspections, and we're all excited, and the dog gets home. And within, well, I've had actually a 48-hour return once.
But I'm going to interject there, because it actually starts at the consulting point, which James is actually also part of that team. We really consult. We'll look at the family, we'll look at the lifestyle, and we'll look at the needs and the wants, and then we'll look at the animal.
And the family.
Absolutely, and then we will actually partner up the right animal for the dog. So before we've even done the home check, so much has gone in from an investment perspective of Woodrock Animal Rescue to ensure it is the right home, it's the right dog, etc. And then you're right, home check continues, home check happens, and everything sticks into it. And along every single part of the process, there is a human who is guiding, who's holding a hand right up to the home check as they look at a home, and they're giving advice and they're chatting to you about different things. And then of course they come collect their dog, and there's a team here who are telling you about what to expect within the first 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. They're telling you about routines and systems and all of that. So Stella's right. There's guidance from the full process, from the second you walk in until the second you leave with your animal. And then
you get a call, and they say to you, oh, and my worst, and I use this one with a bit of a giggle, although it's not funny, my dog can't sleep because, my child is kept awake at night because the dog is snoring.
that was a perler. That was a perler.
So a lot of people just, they're too anxious, too nervous, and we've done everything to ensure you are the right home, but somehow when that dog gets home, you just can't commit. That's basically it, so the dog comes back to shelter.
So I think there are two kinds of people. I want you to talk right now, but there are two kinds of people. So there's a person who'll phone us and say, I'm having this problem, help me. And of course there's a full team on here, 24/7. You want to phone us, there's someone to help you, to guide you, to assist you. And if you're that person that says, hold a second, let me take a deep breath, let me listen to what they've actually said, amazing. And if you bring your dog in and it's not working, we will still guide you, we'll still help you. But for those people, some of them just make their mind up. So it's just the dog snoring, end of discussion. I'm not looking for how to mitigate it, maybe put in a different room. There's no thought process. It's I've made my mind up, and that's it, and out the door it goes.
And then they'd get somebody else to drive up the driveway, hand the dog over. The dog is totally bewildered. For heaven's sake, this is an animal. But mommy, you promised. And they disappear. You never hear from them again.
James, so tell us about your experience, because you've had so much experience with it.
It's really shocking, to see people doing such thing. But the question is, are those people were ready to come and adopt the dogs? Because in most cases you find out that they do have their family issues. It might be divorce, or maybe things are not going well.
Neighbors.
I need somebody, or
Neighbors.
maybe therapy, or stuff like that. So the question will be, are you guys ready? Because from our side, as Jake said, we have got a full team here, including myself. when you come here as your consultant, I sit down with you. I ask about your family, where do you live, which dog do you think is suitable for you, size, all those things. So from our side, we're ready and we make sure we give you all the help you need. For example, yesterday I went to Melville. This lady, she said, I'm not going to give up this dog. And as I get there, she was actually crying because it was her own fault. The dog doesn't go for a walk. She said, look, James, I don't have a time and stuff like that. But I did give her some advice. This morning, she gave me feedback. She said, James, thank you so much. I feel a bit relieved, from your visit yesterday. So the question is, are those people ready? Don't have pressure or get peer pressure because you get divorced. Now you need somebody to keep you as a company. Take your time. And please, guys, you need to call us before you take any decision. Call us. We do have this lady. We're going there up and down. I think it's for 3 months now. She said, I'm bringing back the dog. We go there. She's fine. Now she think about, take your time. We are always here. Woodrock 24/7, as Jake said. We are here to help you.
So I think the one thing you've hit the nail on the head is, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you committed? Are you wanting to really and truly do that? But I think there's another step to that, and the other step is, what is your lifestyle and what is your expectation? So is my expectation, I'm going to take a dog, I'm going to take it home, it's going to eat like a breeze, it's going to sleep like a breeze, it's going to lie on the bed, I don't need to take it for walks because it's actually perfect. What is your expectation of that animal? Because I have expectations of people all the time and I am bitterly disappointed. So the same thing happens with animals. They don't bitterly disappoint you, but they don't know what to do. They come into a new home, a new environment. There is a lot of change and you need to set the tone and set the bar. And Estelle always says that's why she loves training. That's why training is so important to her, because the words that you say is teach the dog to be the dog you want. Am I right?
Absolutely. James will reiterate that. He'll agree with me because he is sitting exactly in the same position as we all are, is that you have expectations of this dog. Teach them to be the dog. If you want starters, you mean to go along. If the dog is going to eat from a bowl in the kitchen, constantly do that. Don't change the bowl all over the house. You're confusing the animal. That's a tiny thing, but actually it's real.
But what about the dog that gets returned after 3 years? I had a call this morning. I kid you not a day goes by that I don't get one call. I must get at least 5 calls. I don't know about you, saying I need to return the dog, I need to return the dog. But wow, I don't understand what has changed within 3 years. How come within 3 years the dog has been perfect and you had your child when you got them and everything's perfect?
Can I interject here? And we phone constantly. We phone throughout the adoption period. We phone up the home and we say, how are things going? Are you coping? Do you need our help? How about another dog? How's your other dog? How are your kids managing? So we're doing our due diligence in respect of follow-ups.
Absolutely. So we check in all the time. But an animal like this, one example, all of a sudden after 3 years the dog's bitten someone. But there has to be a reason. What is the situation? Because 99.999% of the time, whose fault is it? Is it the humans or the dogs?
Humans.
The humans. So why out of over 3 years, this gorgeous little Dachshund now has bitten someone? I don't get it. I don't understand. But my argument to you and to the people out there is, don't just go and return it. Phone us. Let us help you. Let us see why was the dog reactive? What changed in your home, in your environment to change that animal's behavior?
Look, as Woodrock, we are willing to do anything. The good thing about us is that we come out and do assessment. Most of the time I heard that the behaviorist give me advice through the phone, telephonically and stuff like that. We are not so lazy. We are not very lazy. We stand up and we make sure we do come to your house. We do assessment. We want to know what was the trigger. We don't deal with you telephonically. Even if you're in Melville, we come. Basonia, we do come. Pretoria, we do come. Because we take care of our dogs. We do this out of passion. That's what we do for you.
And out of commitment. So I think there's 2 parts. We're just really hoping that whoever keeps adopt, that you are passionate about that adoption and the dog, and that you are encouraged to actually follow through and get assistance from us. There is no shame in saying, I phoned James before and said I can't walk my dogs. I battle and they're barking and it's a nightmare. She's having a giggle because I can't have anyone in my house because they bark. And it's like, what do I do and how do I do it? And then he'll tell me, even just give me a little tip, and I'll think, why didn't I actually think about it? That's so simple, and I'm changing the routine and everything is put into perspective. So today, all we wanted to say to all of you out there is when you do adopt, make sure you're committed. Make sure you're committed for today, for tomorrow, for next year, for 5 years and 10 years later. Because when you're adopting that animal is part of your family and your home. And that's all that they want. They want to give you love and loyalty that you will not get from anyone else.
Thanks, Jax. That's exactly it. Adopting an animal is for a lifetime.
Thank you so much.
So from me, Jax Marthies.
Oh, that's a very somber note. From me, Stella Melder, it's always wonderful. If you need anything and you want to surrender your dog back to Woodrock, we will open the channel. We will help you. But by the way, never take your dog to another shelter or to an SPCA because you're embarrassed. That is against our contract.
From me, Sir James, thank you so much, and the whole of the team, we really appreciate.
Signing out from For a Love of Rescue.